let's talk about karma. I was feeling that word come up a lot over the past couple weeks. Questions about like America's karma and all of the forces that are at work right now globally that we're feeling, that feels like it's reaching some sort of apex. And so I wanted to dig into karma. So Akashic Records on karma. Gonna jump right in. I always ask a basic foundational question from the perspective of the Akashic Records. In this case, what is karma? I was shown a white flower, like a lily, with 2 black seeds on the inside of the flower, seeds. And the explanation was there's an internal evolution, like gears inside of a clock, gears in the mind, turning, rolling, evolving. We're born into this life with lessons to learn. Our parents, the families that we're born into, are like our tutorials, our tutors. And there are lessons that we learn very specifically from the families that we're born into. Karma, internal beliefs projected outward from past experiences and past lives. We're born into where we left off in our mind's evolution. What you created, you will recreate until you create something new. Karma can be brutal and beautiful at the same time. It can feel like a goodbye and the feeling of freedom when the karma is good. They're blessings in disguise. However, bad karma, is just a redo. It's try again, do better next time. It's not a punishment unless you believe it to be. So right now, the karma, this energy that's kind of going on, there's this conflict between those who are fighting for freedom and then those who are living in fear and want power and control. So the more oppressive forces. And there's an aspect of it where those oppressive forces, they know that the time is coming to an end. And they're not going to go down without a violent fight. And the way that this visual came through was guns, right? So guns, quick, violent death. And it's a reflection of the fearful, power-hungry, oppressive forces. That's their internal pain and misery expressed in material form. Another message that came through was karmic cycles. So when karmic cycles end, there's lots of deaths. Now that's literal death, people dying, physical bodies dying, and also the internal deaths. Parts of us die, who we used to be die, belief systems die, how we see the world, etc. So there's this cosmic death of oppressive forces that's happening. And those oppressive forces survive and they live through our fears. They live through fear. They feed and thrive off of fear and lower vibrational emotions and beliefs and extremes. And those extremes create this division, right? And so fear and division creates this space where you are vulnerable to be taken advantage of or hurt, right? So that's all happening. I had kind of a general question about karma and like karma from past lives coming into our current lives, and perhaps like what would it mean if someone is born into hardship versus someone being born into a more like an easier life. So I went with the hardship. What does it mean when someone is born into hardship in their life? And the Akashic Records visual that came through was someone climbing a ladder and being like really high up at the ladder, and then they just fall off the ladder onto the ground. So they fell off the ladder. And they're always cute sometimes with words. So ladder is Ladder. And then they showed ladder, Latter. So climbing up the ladder, getting towards the top and falling down. So that this karmically being born into hardship, that's why. So then keep on digging into why, like why did they fall off the ladder? And the Akashic Records message was they failed their lessons. They stayed stuck. They didn't change course and grow. So they had to start over. So I dug deeper and I said, well, why might someone not grow? And the message that came through was apathy, complacency, a myriad of guilt, shame, fearfulness, rage, and other lower vibrational energies. They got stuck in their own way. Things got too heavy. They got too heavy. And so they fall down off the ladder. The life didn't move forward. It didn't expand, evolve, and grow. There was no evolution. So the evolution is meant to keep going, to keep growing, to keep getting better, to become more expansive and more open. And then they were showing this, like, if you shrink too much, you turn into yourself like this vacuum. You contract. And there's this thing that's happening in us where there's a clashing with our willpower to grow and the comfort of the old ways. It's internally in all of us and externally in the world. And these explosions, these expressions, expressing out is a sign of a strong will to push out and to grow, to get bigger, to get better, to evolve and move forward. So the awakening that's happening now is the explosion of growth. And then, just out of curiosity, I'm like, what is America's karma? We got some big stuff coming, right? So I asked, what does karma for America look like? And I got 3 words: fuck the systems. Confirmation? I don't know. They're doing work on my parents' house in the basement. Fuck the systems. And what does that actually look like? It's grow your own food, plants, herbs, and nourishment, and health. You won't need a healthcare system. Invest in legal systems to get your friends and families out of cages. Celebrate with each other. The way that we're coming together in unity, they want to keep that momentum going. And so continue to gather and get together with your new friends that you're meeting, and the old friends that you're uniting with. Like, just continue to get together. They said that the revolution is celebration. Celebrate your lives together. Show that you're going to do this life together without overhead. The overhead, the systems, the government has been oppressive and overbearing anyway. And then one of my favorite things came through, and this goes with the growing your own food, plants and herbs, permaculture, okay? I cannot stress enough how important permaculture is as a direction that we need to go for the ability to thrive. So permaculture came through in this message, and they said, study it, build it, everyone. This is freedom from the government. This is self-sustaining. It's lots of work, but it's also freedom. And so last message, I always go for like, what's one more last message? And I was like, what's karma right now? Like, what is the karma right now? And the message was, release the beast. And it felt like, release the beast in you. Release the power in you, all that you're made of, your brilliance, your intellect, your ability to connect with your resources, to come together. All of the power that's in you, to harness that, release the beast. And also simultaneously, the beast being the system, letting go of the system, release that beast too. So, quick little on karma from the perspective of the Akashic Records, and I thought it was beautiful and it's really exciting. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, want to talk about anything, reach out to me, and have an awesome day.